Welcome back. Our special guest this morning is LA County Sheriff Robert Luna. First off, Sheriff, thanks for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you.
Good to be here with you.
So we're talking a bit about immigration. It's in the forefront post-election. Los Angeles is starting to move the process along to become a sanctuary city. The LA City Council just passed an ordinance unanimously that limits helping the federal government enforce immigration laws. Now, that's the city of LA. We're talking about the county of LA. How does this affect what you might be able to do in working with ICE if you are in LA City?
So Los Angeles County, being part of the state of California, we're not changing much of anything of what we do. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department does not enforce civil immigration enforcement, or we don't do enforcement on civil immigration. So we'll continue to do what we do. And that means, and that's important because there's a lot of rhetoric out there. I don't want people to be afraid to call the Sheriff's Department when they need something. If they're a witness to a crime, if they're a victim to a crime, they need to call us. We don't and will not start asking people about their immigration status. That becomes very important. Public trust here is paramount to a safe neighborhood, this partnership that we desire to have. If we start doing work with immigration, that is detrimental to that relationship, and it actually violates current state law, SB 54.
But is that unilateral? And I say that because there are exceptions, aren't there? If the person immigration is looking for is a known felon or a violent person, would you help in that circumstance, or are you just limited in, I can't help in certain places? I mean, it seems a blanket statement to never help is also probably not what you're talking about.
No, I mean, the law is pretty clear that we're not to go out and initiate the activity. Local law enforcement's job is not civil immigration. Now, if somebody at the federal government, one of the agencies, is asking for help, we will assist if they need help. We would do that for any law enforcement agency. But it does get very technical in regards to when we do or do not help. But what our community needs to know is don't be afraid to call the Sheriff's Department. We are not going to ask you about your immigration status. About a third of our population are immigrants, and a large portion of that are undocumented. It would be a huge strategic error for us to start using local law enforcement to enforce civil immigration laws.
Well, and that is, it seems, there are two sides to this. One side is saying that we're terrified that there's going to be this mass deportation, people are going to be knocking on doors, and that the sheriff might help with that. Then there are the other people who are worried that the sheriff wouldn't help at all if immigration is looking for somebody who is potentially violent. Neither of those are true, right?
Neither of them are true. We are not going to help in any sweeps or deportation of what we call just normal working folk that are here. Like my family, it's the background I come from. But if you have anybody who is negatively impacting our community, committing violent crimes, we're going to do everything we can to get those individuals off the street. If you become aware of that, let us know. We have our normal state laws that we enforce, so we are still going to keep dangerous criminals off the street.
And very quickly, we have a new police chief now. You know Jim McDonald very well. We have just a couple of minutes here, or a couple of seconds. I'm sure you're looking forward to being able to work with him.
He's a great partner. I've worked with him in Long Beach. I've worked with him over the years. He has a great deal of respect across the country as one of the top executive law enforcement personnel. Him and I are going to make great partners with the rest of our partners here in Los Angeles County in law enforcement.
Sheriff Luna, thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel, and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.